Imagine working year after year, saving every bit you can, only to feel like you're barely moving forward. That's exactly what the road to your first $100,000 feels like. Slow, frustrating, and endless. But once you cross that milestone, something flips. Wealth starts to grow almost automatically. In this video, I'll explain why the first $100,000 is the hardest and how to get there faster than most people ever do. When you're just starting out, building wealth feels painfully slow. You save $500, then one car repair wipes half of it out. Even when you finally invest, the growth is so tiny it feels invisible. That's why most people give up. The effort feels huge, but the progress looks small. What you're really seeing, though, is the early stage of compounding, where results are hidden until the numbers get bigger. So why is it so difficult to reach $100,000 in the first place? Let's break it down. First, most people simply don't earn enough in the beginning. When you're starting out in your career or business, your income is usually low. Even if you're disciplined, saving 10 or 15% of a small paycheck won't get you far quickly. At that level, every dollar feels like a drop in the ocean. Secondly, life has constant financial distractions: rent, bills, food, transportation, family obligations. And then the unexpected things like medical emergencies, car repairs, or sudden expenses. On top of that, debt often gets in the way. Student loans, credit cards, and personal loans eat into what could have been savings. Third, lifestyle creep slows people down. For some folks, as soon as income rises, spending rises too. Nicer clothes, a better phone, moving into a bigger apartment. Instead of pushing savings forward, the extra money gets swallowed by new expenses. This is one of the biggest killers of wealth-building momentum. And finally, compounding works silently at the beginning. With small amounts of money, the growth is so tiny that it feels like nothing is happening. $1,000 at 7% is only $70 in a year. Even $10,000 only grows $700. For all the effort you're putting in, the progress feels invisible, and that can discourage a lot of people. Put all of this together: low income, constant expenses, lifestyle creep, debt, and invisible progress, and you can see why the first $100,000 feels like an endless uphill battle. It's not that building wealth doesn't work. It's that the early stage of wealth building is stacked against you. To reach your first 100,000, it requires patience, diligence, and discipline. Here's a key: understanding why it's hard helps you prepare mentally, because once you push through this brutal stage, the climb gets easier. And that's where the psychology of money comes in. Think about planting a tree. For months, sometimes years, it looks like nothing is happening. You water it, care for it, and wonder if it's even growing. But under the soil, the roots are spreading, building the foundation that will one day support something massive. That's exactly what wealth building feels like in the beginning. The work is invisible. The results are hidden. And because people can't see progress, they lose patience and quit. Warren Buffett put it bluntly: the first $100,000 is the hardest, but you've got to do it. He knew that once you get through the painful, invisible part, everything changes. And here's why $100,000 isn't just a financial milestone, it's a psychological turning point. Crossing it proves to you that wealth building works, and once you believe that, staying consistent becomes much easier. Once you finally reach $100,000, everything starts to look different. When you have $10,000 invested at 7%, you'll make about $700 in a year. Nice, but it doesn't change your life. Now compare that to $100,000. At the same 7%, that's $7,000 in a year. Money that shows up without you lifting a finger. For many people, that's an extra month's salary, created automatically. And here's the turning point. At that stage, your money is officially working harder than you are. The growth finally feels real. And once you see it, once you experience it, it's almost impossible to unsee. That's why $100,000 isn't just about the number. It's the moment where wealth stops being abstract and starts being tangible. So how do you actually cross the $100,000 wall faster? Let's break it into 5 simple steps. Step 1. Grow your income early. Here's the secret. You can't save what you don't earn. Cutting lattes and small expenses only gets you so far. The real accelerator is boosting your income, whether it's through skills, freelancing, or side hustles. Every extra dollar you make multiplies your ability to save and invest. Step 2. Automate your savings. Don't leave it up to willpower. The truth is, most people sabotage themselves when money sits in their account. If you automate a percentage of your income to go straight into savings or investments, the decision is made before you can even touch it. It's a simple trick, but it guarantees progress. Step 3. Avoid lifestyle creep. This one destroys most people. The moment income rises, they upgrade. Bigger car, nicer apartment, more spending. And just like that, they're back to square one. If you can hold your lifestyle steady while your income grows, you'll reach $100,000 much faster than everyone else around you. Step 4. Invest consistently. Don't waste energy trying to time the market or find the perfect investment. Consistency often outperforms timing in the long run. The habit of putting money in regularly, through index funds, ETFs, or retirement accounts, is what builds momentum. Step 5. Stay patient. This might sound ironic, but it's the real shortcut. Most people lose patience, and that's why they never reach $100,000. They jump into risky investments, try to time the market, or give up completely when progress feels slow. Patience doesn't mean doing nothing. It means sticking to the plan long enough for compounding to finally show results. In fact, patience is what turns steady savings into explosive growth over time. Without it, every other step collapses. With it, you actually get there faster, because you avoid the mistakes that set everyone else back. Think of $100,000 like pushing a heavy car. At first, it feels impossible. Every ounce of energy goes into just getting the thing to move. But once the wheels finally start turning, momentum begins to do the work for you. That's what wealth is like. The grind to your first $100,000 feels endless. But once you cross it, compounding becomes visible, your money starts working harder, and the process gets easier. If you can survive the hardest stage, the rest of the journey doesn't feel like such an uphill battle. If you can push through, you'll enter the wealth building club, where compounding finally starts working in your favor. If this breakdown helped you, make sure to subscribe for more simple money lessons that make building wealth easier to understand and faster to achieve.